everyone, welcome back to a brand new toy review, and today we are taking a look at the Mattel 30th Anniversary Street Sharks line with Slash. Now, I was trying to go and review Slash a long time ago, I just didn't have the time, and of course, since my Wave 2 figures also just got shipped in, I'll be doing a two-parter episode next with Slamu and Streaks, and the final episode with the Street Sharks figures so far will be Dr. Pirahnoid. Or, if we have time, we'll do Dr. Pirahnoid in this video, which I highly doubt it. But first, before we look at Slash, let's look at his box. So the box has the basic packaging: Street Sharks, Try Me, there's the name tag on the bottom, chilling drilling action, here is this side, Try Me, I Drill. As you can see, it's the same back as the others. Yeah, there's a weird crease there, which I have no idea how that got there. Probably from storage. You do have to connect his drill from the box. And of course, it says here, push lever down for killer driller action. And of course, other ones to collect are Ripster and Chav. Same thing on this side. Press down the lever for chill and drill in action. Now let's read his little bio. So Slash, drill for thrills. 411 file. Cavalier menace with a snout that touts swashbuckling style. He's the aristocrat of the bunch, insisting the privacy is posh and stealing is what the fuck is that word? Anyways, street skills. Fences like a musketeer and drives and drills like an oil rig. His bioengineered snout will, with assorted attachments, can pierce and pulverize anything. Favorite feasts: chopper-lived oil spills, slimy rocks on water crackers. Ew. But anyways, of course, it has that same beautiful little portrait on the back. Still waiting on Slopster still, but we already got the rest of these guys. But still, that's basically the box for Slash. Now we can actually take a look at him, which actually, he looks very nice. So he does look very much like the original figure. I will put an image on screen. They're basically almost the same exact thing, but just with more articulation. So you see that his eyes are painted in there almost like a pinkish orange. Is that orange or pink? I can't tell. I think it's more of a pink color. Of course, with that eye shine, he's got his weird little vicious looking teeth right here. See, you can only really get a good pose of him from a side view, because from the front, you can't even see his face at all. But I also like how they added the Cviets logo on each of his shoulders, just like the original figure, which is very nice. And all of the scaly details. My God, this is freaking phenomenal. I mean, even on the webbed-looking fingers and claws, it's just... Ooh, look, even in the inside of the hands. Look at that. That's amazing. I love the details in this guy. Even got details under his chin, some wrinkles in his little wetsuit here. The vibrant metallic purple on the back is absolutely magnificent. I love that. The drill, instead of being like a brown, it's like a gold color. It's actually a different color than this bit here, which honestly you can't tell on camera. But off camera, it's a completely different color. But either way, he looks very nice, and even his feet and legs are very nicely detailed. Even on the back of him, he's got all this, suit wrinklage, and of course there's a lever on the back, which will be saved for later. And the paint, dude, is like spot on compared to the past figure, which came out back in the early 90s as a part of the first 7 figures in this line. So Slash paints is really good, and detail is about just as good as the others. Now, before we get into anything else, I do want to say I am being worked on with a new Godzilla film on YouTube. Godzilla, what's it called? Godzilla Epoch, I think it's called, with OG Goji SM. Go follow his channel. He's a really great guy. And overall, Slash is absolutely amazing. So, without further ado, let's get into articulation. So each arm will be able to swivel all the way around and can also hinge out and in. The shoulders can do the same thing, hinge out and hinge in, and can also swivel all the way around. The wrists, of course, can swivel all the way around and also have a hinge that can go in and out, just like so. The waist is going to be able to swivel all the way around. The legs can also do splits and can also swivel, I think, all the way around. They can kick back, not really that far. They can definitely kick forward for sure. The legs, the knees are going to have a swivel and also a bend, which is nice. Same thing with the ankles. They're going to have a swivel and also a hinge. You can't really see it, but it's a very, very stingy little hinge there. which is kind of hard to do. And it's basically, of course, the same thing on both sides. Now, since we got articulation down, let's go over his gimmick, which, of course, on the back, a little lever here, push it down, and he is going to drill. Very nice. I mean, like, look at this. This is amazing. Just like the original. And, as I said before, you can actually take off the drill. And this is what he looks like without it. Look at that. Isn't that insane? There's even more details on the inside, which is also very nice. And of course, all you need to do just to get it back on is to just push, and it snaps right back in. So now you can get back to your little chillin' drillin' stuff. But now, since we actually have extra time, surprise, surprise, let's get on to the other villain, Dr. Pirahnoid. And here he is in all of his glory, definitely just about as vibrant as Slash. Now, the detail on him is also very nice. A bunch of silver, there's clear plastic for his little dome, and these little lights up here, his angry little face, the individually sculpted looking teeth, the eye patch, his angry expression also looks very nice. You can see there's the zipper down there, some more chains going into some knee pads down here with his feet, his little boots. There's even like details on the sides of the boots, which is absolutely awesome. Look at all that detail in there. And like even the suit in general looks absolutely amazing, like completely sculpted in this nice yellow color. And of course on the back there's like some more tubage, this very conveniently hidden button, which we will get to in a moment, and more silver bits on both sides. Even on the back towards like the bottom you can see like all this other stuff like these oxygen tanks and another little zipper there. And even on the back of the leg is very nicely detailed. Even on this arm, looks very nice. You got some more cord-like tubes on that side. And some more detailing on this part of the suit as well. Now, before you even ask, this can actually come off. Unlike the original, which I do believe the original's hook hand could not come off. But just like I said, you can take this off, and it looks completely fine. And also, let's actually take a look at this, which does have some very nice details on there. And yeah, a bit of an articulation spoiler, but this hook, it can rotate all the way around. Very nice. But now let's get back onto him. He looks phenomenal. Same thing with this little cannon arm right here. So much detail, and yet there's so much in here. Like a little saw-bladed missile spear gun here. There's so much detail put into this guy that I absolutely love it. So now, before we get onto articulation stuff, let's take a look at his box now. And as you can see, here is Dr. Pirahnoid's box, basically the same. There's the name tag there, spring-fired spear gun. On this side, you can see "Try me, I mutate," which of course on the back it shows you, press the button on the back to mutate, and of course load the harpoon in the right arm to push and release to fire. And the other figures you can collect on the back: Streaks, Big Slamu, Jab, Slash, and Ripster. On this side, of course, shows push down, rod, and release for the spring-fired spear gun. For his 401 file, Dr. Pirahnoid, motto, by hook or by crook. Don't know why that's his motto, but I guess that's just the case. Changed himself into a half-human, half-piranha monster, constantly strives to make the world match his rapt, wicked vision of made-to-order sub-creatures. Street skills, heavy into physical and biological sciences, designs pro-genes for every occasion. His vile creations are unparalleled in criminal history. Favorite feasts, shark tacos, shark steaks, shark a la king. So he just likes sharks. And yeah, of course, there's a little button in the back, bite his might. Same thing with the beautiful, beautiful background, which I cannot get enough of that. But now, since we looked at his box, let's look at his articulation and gimmick. So for his articulation, his arm can go all the way around. It's a bit stiff, but you're gonna have to kind of push it a little bit. Which, of course, as you also saw, there is a hinge at the shoulder. It's more like a ratchet joint in there because it's just so thick. But of course this elbow can also bend about that far and about that far, so not that much of an elbow bend. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, you can kind of get a bit more. His wrist can swivel all the way around. Same thing with a hinge, which is also very tight still. Very, very tight. The midsection is actually on a ball joint, so you can wiggle it around as much as you'd like. Up, down, side to side motion. This arm actually, of course, can hinge out and spin all the way around and can hinge back in. This only has a hinge at the elbow. Well, at least mechanical arm elbow, I should say. And this little satellite dish here can also rotate. Look at that. Even some of the most minute details can have some good stuff on them. So the legs can kick forward very far and not really that far back. Well, I guess kind of far back, I guess. The knees, of course, can also bend as well and swivel, and so do the ankles. They can pivot and swivel. Now onto his gimmick, which real quickly, I'll get his little thing back in his hand. So, of course, to reattach that back into his hand, all you gotta do is kind of like squeeze it in there. All you gotta do is really squeeze it in there. Squeeze it into his little thumb area. And then just reattach it just like so. And there you go. There it is. It's back in his hand now. So now we can take a look at his two gimmicks, because he actually has two gimmicks. So first off, of course, there's this little button on the back. You press that, and he mutates, just like that. Now he's in his piranha form, with sharp teeth and everything. And, of course, you can flip between the two as much as you want. You can even, like, do, like, a half mutation, which, like, oh, dear Lord, look how cursed that is. But, like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll give him his piranha form for his next gimmick. So we'll use Slash as an example here. He's got a spring fire spear gun, so all you gotta do is push this button, and he fires the spear gun. Which, of course, we'll do. Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time and aim for Slash's face. Yeah, look at that. This thing actually genuinely has power. Like, I almost lost this thing yesterday all because of its sheer power. But there is Dr. Pirahnoid. So, yes, now, ever since we get over his gimmick and articulation, now let's get to a couple of photos and our clothing. Overall, I do say that these guys are very nice figures, and would I recommend picking them up? Of course I would. They have good articulation, they have good paint and detail, and they're just like the 90s figures. Now, since we reviewed the villains, the next time we meet, we will review the brothers, including Streaks, and of course, the youngest but yet the strongest brother, Big Slammo. And that will be possibly tomorrow or Sunday. I do not remember when I'm planning on doing that, but it will eventually be soon. So like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. And peace. Jawsome!